everybody, welcome to LindaFit Pilates for healthy hips. Today is a prop workout for hips. We're going to work with a mini band. I like the green or medium level resistance, but you can use any brand you like as long as it's not too strong. And if you feel like you're new to fitness or you're just recovering from something, get a lighter weight band. So the first thing we're going to learn is how actually do we learn how to use the band. We're going to put the band around our feet and we're going to bring it up around our shins and around our knees. And the band, make sure that it's nice and flat and straight. And we're going to lie on our side. And we're going to learn our clams. Clams are great for the glute medius, the hip abductors. We're going to lie on the side, our hand to our head, and our other hand in front of our navel. You make sure that your knees are together and your hips and feet are in line. This is how I like to do them. So we're going to do our first set, and we're going to just open and close. And when we open the thigh and close, we keep that top hip right over the bottom hip. This is so important. And we're going to squeeze our heels and press against that band. So when I open, I don't let my top hip fall back. And my finger here is giving me a little bit of feedback. Now, if I want to take it up a notch, and some of you do, you can bring your knees off the floor like this. All right? And then we're going to come down. We'll take a quick rest. And I'm going to do the next set just like that. So second set, we're going to see if we can lift the knees. And if it's too much, you can always bring your bottom knee down. So we're going to open and close. Open and close. Squeeze the heels. Rotate the thighs. Squeeze, close. Your front hand is gently pressed. Your abs are in. Oh, these start to burn. And this outer hip muscle is so important. It stabilizes us when we walk. It helps us stand on one leg without falling into our hips. And we have one more. We're going to squeeze, 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 hold it, and close. All right. Third set, again, optional. You can keep the bottom thigh on and the top leg moving, or you can do both, but we're going to add a new move to the third set. And it's going to involve the knee extension, which will also work the quads and, of course, keep us in line with that glute med on the top there. So are you ready? Here we go. We're going to lift the knees, open, straighten, bend, close. Open, straighten the knee, bend, close. Now really work that thigh as you straighten that knee and close. Squeeze the heel, straighten the knee, bend, close. Remember that bottom thigh can be on the floor if you don't want to keep it up, but otherwise you're squeezing both heels, rotating both thighs. Try to really pull your toes, your kneecap up when you straighten. Ooh, and your outer hips should be burning, which means it's working. Remember, make sure those hips stay stacked and still. Just a couple more here. Whew. And we get to our last one. We're going to straighten, hold. That outer hip is burning. Bend the knee, close. Ooh, and you should really feel it up here. It's a great time to switch to the other side. So we're going to do our 3 sets. And again, the first 2 sets are simple, just regular clams, rotating the thighs, and the third set adds the knee extension. So again, hand in front of the navel, knees together, and the heels right straight underneath your sit bones. Are you ready to go? We have our hand in front of the navel. We start open and close. We press it open, close. Remember, hip stays over the other hip, so I like to put the finger there just gently to remind me to not fall back in my hips. I feel my thighs long from my hip sockets. I'll do the next few with both feet off the floor, and you get 2 for 1. Close, open, woo, close. Keep that hand pressed, and open and close. That's set 1. We move to set 2. Hip stack, belly in. Whew, here we go. We're going to open, close, press, close, press, close. Squeeze those heels, close, press the knees apart, close. You can always keep that bottom leg down. I'll do a few of the regular ones with the bottom thigh on the mat, and you just press your top thigh to the sky and squeeze. Now I'm doing both. Whew, and we have one more. We're going to squeeze, hold here, thighs apart. Make sure you have weight in your front hand. Your hips are stacked. Close the thighs lower. We get our third set. We're going to press into the hand, lift up. We're going to clam it open, straighten the knee, bend, and close. Clam it open, straighten the knee, bend, close, clam, extend, bend, close, clam, toes up, knee up, bend, close. Keep it moving. Squeeze, straighten, bend, close, squeeze, straighten, bend, close, squeeze, straighten. Almost done. Bend, close. That hip is starting to burn. Straighten, bend, close, press, straighten, toes up, knee up, close. And last one, bend, straighten, flex that foot, toes up, knee up, bend, and close. Mamma mia, that outer hip should be burning. But so important, again, these muscles are so great for balancing, for helping us move better without falling into our hips. And more on that when we come to stand. So I'm going to do something quickly here, some bridging. We're just going to do a very similar move, but the feet are now underneath the knees, the belly in, the back straight. And this is also going to open up the front hip flexors, so you get an added benefit. We push into the heels. We're going to lift up, press the thighs apart, close, and lower. Press, squeeze it out, close, lower. So I lift my hips, abduct, close, lower, press, open, close, lower. Now if I want more challenge, I lift my arms, dig my heels, lower. Straight up, press open, close, lower. When I lift, push into the heels and lower, press, open, close, lower, press, open, close, lower. Keep pushing, press, and lower, push, press, and lower, and push, press. We got one more. Up, press it out. Now hold it up there. Push into your feet, lift your seat, and we're going to roll down on this one vertebra at a time. So a little spinal articulation to end. Take a breath. We're going to do just one more set here. Our feet push down. Again, if you don't like having the arms up, you can always use them to assist by pushing into the mat. So we do another set of 12. Push into the feet. Nice straight back, abdomen in. We're going to push down, lift, press, close, lower. Push, press, close, lower. And these are so important to add into your life because when you have weak hips, it hurts and it makes it very painful to move. You might feel it when you're lying in bed as hip pain, and strengthening the outer hip muscles are so important. You will move better, you'll walk better, and you won't be in pain, and you'll have nice, healthy hips. So we push, lift, press, close, lower. Push, press it out, close, lower. We're just going to push to the top and hold. I'm going to lift the hands for the last one. Feet push down, buttocks lifts up, and I'm going to just pulse, pulse, pulse. Squeeze the smile line of the glutes up, up, up. This works the glutes in the back a little bit more. And opens the front of the hip. So I love bridging because it works the outer hip, the back of the hip, and it's going to open our front thighs. Now we're going to hold this last one, reach the fingers, and we're going to roll those vertebrae back to the mat. All right, so now we're going to come stand and just do a little bit more functional work. So I'm going to pick up my mic. So we learned a lot on the floor, which is great, but we can use our little mini band in a standing manner as well. I'm just going to put my mic back here so it doesn't get in the way. And watch what we're going to do. So remember I said about sinking into the hip that it's important to learn to strengthen that glute medius muscle so that we don't fall into our hips, so that when we're on one leg, we stand tall, right? We don't sink. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to have the legs hip width apart. We're going to come into a squat. We're going to press out, and then we're going to straighten up. And when we press out, we move the hips back, the thighs apart, and the knees are still staying over the feet. And we come in. And again, press. It's a classic squat. Hips back, spine lifted, and we squeeze the butt to come to stand. So now let's work specifically on those outer hip muscles. So I'm going to stand on two legs, get my hips back, and I'm going to bring my hands into a prayer pose. I'm going to take a big step right, and I come in, and a big step right, and I come in, and big step right, come in. I'll hold my last one. You see how I'm working both hips. So both of my outer hip muscles are powerful here. And I come in. I do the other side. Open, close, open, close. You see how I stay low? And when I open, I make sure both legs stay wide. I hold and I close. So I'm going to do one wrong so you can see the difference. I'm going to open and lean. And then when I open and lean, I'm not pulling my band, making my hip muscles do the work. I'm just collapsing into my working leg, okay? So the working leg pulls out, the support leg pulls the other way, and then I get the benefit of working both sides of my hips, okay? So let's see if we can do a set right, left. Keep the hands in prayer, belly in, and I'm going to go right, 2, 3, 4. Now I go left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I'm going to go 2 to the right, 2 to the left. Now 1, 1, 1, and 1. Now I come back to center and I straighten up. We're going to repeat that now that we have the pattern. So it's 4, 4, 2, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1. You have it? All right. We're going to stand nice and strong. Come into our squat. Hands into prayer. Make sure your hips are back. Or I'll show from the side. The belly's in. And we're not collapsed in our spine. We're lifting. Hands to prayer. We go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we do 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. Now ones. 1, 1, 1, 1. And I come back to my original squat, and I come to stand. I squeeze my glutes. Now we're going to continue, but we're just going to add the front and back because we don't want to neglect the front and back of the hip, and it's good to put this all together. So watch where we go. I'm going to come into my squat, strong on my feet. I'm going to step forward, side, back, side. I do it again. Forward, side, back, side. Now you see how I keep my support leg strong? 2 more sets. Front, side, back, side, and 1 more. Front, side, back, side. I come back to squat. Stay here a little longer, arms forward, and then I'm going to squeeze my butt, lift my knees, and I come to stand. So we do the other side, and again, your support leg is as important as your working leg. I come into my squat, prayer position, get strong on my right foot, knee over foot as well, hips back. I go front, side, back, side, front, side, back, side, front. Keep pushing into your right leg, back, side, and front, side, back, side. I come back to squat. I squeeze my butt, reach it back there. Those feet are pushing down. Thighs are turning on. Now I'm going to lift and squeeze my butt. Lift my thighs up. All right, so those are our functional standing exercises. And when you're done, you can take off your band. Again, make sure when you use a band that you put it on. You can use your thumbs. Make sure it's nice and straight, that it doesn't get twisted. Otherwise, it's not so comfortable. And if you feel ready, you can progress and get the next level band, which is the stronger one. But just make sure it has enough give so that you can move. The point is to get stronger through movement. So we don't want the band to be too tight. Again, if your medium resistance band you found was too much, you can practice this whole workout without a band, right? Everything we did on the floor, everything we did standing can be done without a band or a light resistance band, okay? So those are my hip tips for the day. I hope you had a great workout. I'll see you next time.